So it's been a while since I've done any kind of Evil Dead Rise update on this channel, and I think most of you know why that is if you followed anything about what's going on. Essentially, I made a couple of videos about this like a year ago. The pandemic hit. I think all I really had mentioned about this was kind of just introducing that, hey, it's been announced they're going to do this. It's called Evil Dead Rise. And then I think there was a couple of follow-ups basically saying Bruce Campbell is going to be involved, but he's not going to be on screen, and that the title was Evil Dead Rise, and it was going to actually be filmed in the city, not in the middle of the woods in a cabin, but like in a high-rise apartment building. But that was pretty much it. After that, COVID hit, the pandemic, and they had to postpone production. But it's been recently, within the last month or two, we found out they're back at it. They're filming Evil Dead Rise, and I got really happy about that. Well, as you can see by this title here, we are now halfway through production. And I got to tell you, just looking at this and kind of drinking in the fact of how fast this Chucky thing is happening, and how we've been waiting so long for Scream, and now it's happening really fast. Halloween Kills is just around the corner. It's like we waited so long as horror fans to see a lot of these things we were promised, and they were kind of ripped away from us. And now everything is happening so fast. Sometimes it's hard to keep up with the news cycle, especially as we get closer to the release of these things. So I'm going to do my best, but I am excited to see how fast everything's going now. So like I said, Evil Dead Rise director now confirms production is halfway complete. Lee Cronin, director of upcoming Evil Dead Rise, takes to Twitter to announce the delayed production is now halfway through filming. Holy shit, thank you. All right, let's dig in here. Evil Dead Rise director Lee Cronin has announced via Twitter that principal photography is halfway finished on his upcoming sequel. This great news for fans of the franchise who have been nervously keeping tabs on the frequently delayed production. Yes. Due to the pandemic, Evil Dead Rise didn't actually get in front of the camera in New Zealand until last month. And it's hard to think about that considering how long we've known about this. So yeah, here's a couple of the tweets that Lee Cronin put out. One here we see just the slate here with the caption, 6 weeks, 100 rolls, 597 slates. We are halfway. Hashtag Evil Dead Rise. So yeah, going on with the article here. While we still don't have many details on the upcoming entry, we do know Evil Dead Rise will be an HBO Max exclusive. This could be good news for the series. However, Evil Dead fans are likely hankering for some big screen mayhem. And yes, I'll say that. It's been a while. What was it, 2013 when we got the reboot? Well, I shouldn't call it a remake, considering the post-credit scene, but a reboot, which I thought was very well done, by the way. But I would like to see something focus more on the original trilogy, which this one is in fact doing. So I'm happy about that. If we have to, bump it down from being a theatrical release to an HBO Max release, in this day and age, that's really not much of a demotion, considering that a lot of things are coming through streaming services, over the top networks, and things of that nature. I haven't really lost any confidence after learning that, it's going to be direct to HBO Max or whatever. Kind of reminiscent of how we were talking about the whole Chucky series earlier. So subsequently, more changes await fans of this gory legacy franchise. Evil Dead Rise is bucking the traditional cabin in the woods setting used in 3 of the previous entries. In May, Variety reported the next chapter of the saga builds off the original trilogy rather than the 2013 reboot. That's just kind of what I was just talking about. I'm actually kind of happy about that. Like I said, I like the 2013 reboot, but I'm more interested to see how the original story progresses from this point. Just my opinion. And I think a lot of the hardcore fans probably are too. Evil Dead Rise moves the actions out of the woods and into the city. The twisted tale centers on two estranged sisters, portrayed by Alyssa Sutherland and Lily Sullivan, whose reunion is cut short by the rise of flesh-possessing demons, thrusting them into a primal battle for survival as they face the most nightmarish version of family imaginable. So no Ash, as I kind of alluded to earlier, at least that's what he's saying, and the storyline itself does not seem to revolve around his character. So I'm just glad we got Ash versus Evil Dead. That was, thank you, Stars, for that. That was immaculate. That was a chef kiss, in case anyone was wondering. So yeah, the new film has announced a slate of young cast members to face off against the Deadites. Gabrielle Eccles, I hope I'm pronouncing this correctly, Morgan Davies, Nell Fisher, Alyssa Sutherland, Lily Sullivan, all set to star in the hotly anticipated sequel.